lorry's just gone past, and she doesn't really know very much about traffic, Steve, does she?
She's gone it. Look at this. Look at this. No, rub. I said, okay.
It's time.
I said, where's he down? You know. Oh, okay. So you, is this how you got her in when you collected her? Because
Don't try that at home.
So he survived to live another
he
day.
survived to live another.
Yeah.
You know. Come here. Come in the camera, you.
Go on, Jane.
So this is Jane, our neighbour. So have you got?
Long way today.
You got the map?
Yeah.
Right then, let's make our way to the first job, eh, Tanya? Up through the gates and across the road.
That's it. Just across the road.
Yeah.
You shut up.
Charlotte. Hi. We were in school together. Crazy ladies then.
Right. Okay, so this is Avia.
Avia.
Jane's new horse. You've only had Avia for about a week.
Not even a week.
Not even a week.
Last Wednesday, the same day that Gizzy went down.
Right. It was the same day because you said yes. It would be a dampener on the day. But hi guys. I don't know if you noticed there when I clipped that then, Jane, my neighbour who owns land and stables opposite, mentioned that Gizzy, her almost 39-year-old, a heart horse really, went down on the same day, which was only less than a week, only a few days before actually, that she got a new horse, Avia, and it's only 48 months old, very young, recently started horse. Well, I'll explain very quickly what happened when Gizzy went down. I'm going to explain that now. I actually did an explanation for my subscription channel there and then. So I'll play that now so you'll know what was meant by Gizzy going down. It's quite a little story actually. So I'll play that first, then be back to explain about this video. We had to just mention this old boy here. What's his full name? Is it Gizmo or Gizzy? Gizmo. Now, you'd never believe this, guys. 38 years old. Okay, 38 years. Been your best. Come here. Come in the camera, you.
Go on, Jane.
So this is Jane, our neighbour. Our neighbour Jane. Horse mad. And this is your boy.
Yeah.
And he's 38. And in all fairness, there's been times over the last few years where you may have called a vet. You know, and even I am one of the people who said maybe you should. You've put so much effort into him, and he kind of revives himself, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and of late, he's got a new spring in his step because you've had another couple of horses come here.
Yeah, so he's got a girlfriend.
So he's got girlfriends, 2 now, and he's trotting round and thinking he's the man. So guys, 38 now. A lot of people would say that's so old, but there's a horse I think at the local stables, 45.
There was one at 45.
45.
Yeah.
So you know, it means everything to Jane, and I've got to admit now I succeed. Keep him going as long as you can because he seems happy enough and bright-eyed to me. So something happened the other day, guys. That's why we've come over here, isn't it, Jane? Yeah. So we had an incident the other day with Gizzy. And I'll explain it the best I can. Tell me if I got it wrong, because I was half asleep.
I know, it was like
Right.
6:30 Wednesday morning.
So it was 6:30.
Yeah.
I've just got up and I heard, I'm sure I could hear someone shouting, Steve. So I ran outside and there's Jane, all of a flutter,
I was.
understandably. Gizzy's down, I've called the vet, I think that's it. Yeah. I said, okay.
It's time
I
to
said,
put
where's
him
he down? You know, and it was upsetting, but you said, can you come and have a look? So we went down there, Tan, down the bottom of the field where it's very sloping. And Gizzy was down in the hedge with his head facing down and his legs uphill. So we had one little tiny try to pick him up, to turn him over, and it wasn't happening. It was the way the gravity works, it was too downhill. So Jane, you said that's it, Steve, that's it. And
I didn't want him to suffer.
No, yeah.
So I said, look, I can try one thing. and would involve the pickup truck, 2 lariats, and to be able to turn him so that he's actually downhill and not uphill. I said, that's the one chance you've got. Well, will it hurt his legs? Jane said, shouldn't we just, I said, well, if we do it right, then we shouldn't. So I ran and got 2 lariat ropes, and we put the lariats around Gizzy, and then Rob got his pickup, his truck, and we positioned it in a way that it would pull him around to face him downhill, so he's got a chance of getting, or we could have all tried to get him. So
at this time, Maeve, my other horse, was going mad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That's Maeve there.
There's Maeve.
You had to come and see Maeve.
Yeah.
But the important part of this, guys, don't get trying this yourselves if horse is down, because you can you can really damage their legs. So it was important for Rob that when I said, okay, go, you have to go slow, but you can't stop, because if you stop and go again, it can pull the legs out,
which is what I was worried about.
and that's what you was worried about. So we both had a little confab, me and Rob, got out, sorted ourselves, plan out, and in all fairness, I wrapped round. They were very tight, the lariats, have to be, because he's quite heavy.
People are going to say, what's a lariat? But just basically a rope.
It's just a rope. And then I said, go Rob, but do not stop. And Rob went and kept going, just steady. That moved him and dragged him, I would say about 20 foot, up and round.
Maybe a bit
Less, yeah. And then, guys, within
It was amazing.
10 seconds,
He was up on
he's
his
up.
own.
He's up looking at us.
Yeah.
He's a bit tottery, so we hold him a little bit. And the next thing you know, he's eating. So it worked.
Yeah.
Say, guys, don't try that at home.
So he survived to live another
He
day.
survived to live another,
Yeah.
who knows?
And then the
He-
vet,
It could be the
turned
oldest
up.
horse in Pembrokeshire. then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So the vet turned up.
Turned up and she said,
He's got a horsefly on him. Just
"You
get
don't
up.
need me then." I said no.
Thankfully. So we just thought we'd tell that story.
Well, he knew that you were getting a new horse, and she was a mare, and he wanted to see her.
And the new pony was coming that day.
Yeah,
so it was
yeah,
all a bit
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
You used to hunt him, did you? No, not
not
hunting.
hunting.
You used to jump him.
Jump him
He was a
lot.
good jumping horse
Yeah,
for you.
good
just-
hacking, just a good all
Everything.
round.
Yeah.
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 Right then. What a
School
nice
safety
story.
day.
Well, all right then. Right, that's the story of Gizzy then. Gizzy's how many lives? He hasn't had his 9 yet, so
No,
we'll see.
hopefully not.
No, he'll be
So,
fine.
yeah.
All right then.
Okay, go.
That's good. Avia is a lovely Connemara cross thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, perfect.
Very quiet.
Yeah.
But when
Lovely nature.
4 years old, done nothing, and not seen the world. So there's work to do, but you're enjoying her already, aren't you?
loving it.
Yeah. Now there is a problem. Jane likes to travel out to places with her truck, and there is a problem with the truck. There is a problem where she'll paw the ground and she won't move her hind quarters in. But if you try to keep her in there, she panics a little bit and she'll paw the ground hard and get upset. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do with Rob is just show us what we got, okay? So we'll just see what we've got. That was quite a story, wasn't it, Gizzy, guys? And I every time I go out my gates, I always look up and think, check that he's up, because remember he's. Let's hope he'll make 40 plus. Hey, that'd be something. But yeah, I just thought you'd enjoy, hearing about that. Now going back to Avia, I'm not sure it's Avia or Avia, but oh, Tanya's just heard me said it's Avia. So okay, I'll write that on the. So it's Avia. What a lovely Connemara, Avia is. Only, like I say, 4 years old, 48 months. It seems like nothing, doesn't it? And bought fairly locally and very well schooled, really, for the age. I've seen Jane have a little ride in my Brown school, the big one, and beautifully schooled, really, for her age. But she hasn't seen anything, guys. Hasn't seen the world, and I suggested, really, look, the schooling's okay for now. My suggestion is for the next 6 months, show her the world. You've got Charlotte to ride out with me now and again. Show her the world. But the big problem is the travelling in the trailer or the lorry and loading up. Now, when Jane did go and fetch Avia, it wasn't a great start to the loading process, and in the end they had to use lunge lines. It's something I don't do. I mean, I have done it before. I try to not do that because I have seen some quite bad accidents with lunge lines round the bum, round the backside of a horse. I've seen, and if that goes a little bit wayward, it can really petrify them about the trail. So I don't do it, and I know some people do it and have success with it. And there's no right or wrong to any of this. It's just that for me, it's wrong, and we all have different ways of doing things. So when Avia came back, she came out the trailer. She'd been pouring all the way back, sweated up, and it wasn't a great, it was kind of a forced way in. It wasn't her idea to go in and settle. It was quite a shortish journey, so she was still quite up about things. Came out, and that contributed towards her not settling in the box and not loading very well. In fact, she won't load. She'll put her feet on a little bit, but getting her in, then she demands that she doesn't line up because they're rear facing vans that we use, horse boxes, and she doesn't move her hindquarters in, and you'll see that as we go on. Now, the big difference in this video, so it's not one of these videos where you think, wow, look at that. It's a real purist video showing the difference of my training methods when I have what's called the luxury of time. I have the luxury of time with my own horses at home, on my subscription channels. Some people even say I go too slow, whereas a lot of people, when they watch me go out and do visits, I have no luxury of time. I have to short track, and I always say to people, don't short track, use the luxury of time. And it's something I can't do. I don't have the luxury of time, but I've found ways of getting over that, which a lot of people can't. Okay, so my suggestion is, watch this video and you'll see how I change the way I do things with this, being as I have the luxury of time. And I start off by assessing, just watching how they're getting on and where they're at first. Usually I would have been on to Groundwork straight away, because remember, I'm there at these visits hundreds of miles from home, or even thousands of miles at home, which is where I am now. I'm actually in Florida now, and James says don't forget a video this week, and so I'm doing this one in Florida, and and the weather's lovely, by the way. I'm getting red already. So okay, I'll start the video and I'll butt in now and again with some slow motion bits and whatever. I hope you enjoy this one. Well, that'd be great. So this is what we got. So up the ramp. So she goes onto the ramp, which is great. Goes on to, and so you're using a lick there to bring her in, by the looks of things. You've been putting the feed in the corner, okay. Just stand back here, turn out the way. And you're hoping to go, we know Monday, you're hoping to take her out Thursday for a saddle fitting. Okay. But what I'm noticing is she's not too frightened. She's not trembling. A few times, guys, I speed the film up because of the size of the videos. So there's a couple of times when I do this. Yeah. Oh, okay. So is this how you got her in when you collected her? Because to collect her, so she's in, and she's, yeah.
And then she's not quite sure which way to go.
Yeah, and then rubber, yeah.
Oh, she comes back.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure if I should be doing that.
With... No. Because you've got to be facing that way.
Oh, right, yeah.
Then... So she goes each time and comes back. What, she doesn't stand on a lead rope, Rob?
And I don't really want to get squashed there.
No, no. No rubber, yeah, yeah. And rub. Now I just quietly watched, guys, because I've got that time, quietly watched. Already, a lot of people watching this will probably notice some of the things I'm going to say. Noticing straight away, there's already a reward for even being at an angle where you'd be impossible to load. Food rewards on the floor, which is always bad, which I'll explain later. And as she's enjoying the food, she keeps pushing back. She'll go a little bit, push back into Rob and Jane's space, and still has a reward. So at the moment, you know, there's kind of a reward for doing, in our world, the wrong thing, but for her, in her world, it's the right thing. She's having a little bit of a break in there. She's having her feed and doing what she thinks is right. Yeah. And then rubber. Well, I think that was... Watch your arms. Now just rub on her when she's there. That's it. Rub on her. Don't pat her too hard, just rub her. You two want a job. Do you want a job? Is that the best you got, that two there? With her eating like that?
Yeah.
Well done.
She hadn't put her head over before.
Well done. What do you think? She's the longer she's there now. Don't come away, Rob, because you're opening the door for her. Go down to her flank. Just the longer she's there, not being pushed on, she's having a little bit of scran. Just rub on her. You can't rub the hairs off her. Yes. Now, while she's enjoying that, that's it, rub her. But before she finishes that, back her up with a bit of quality and then walk her out as slow as you can.
Back her up.
Well, yeah, if she finishes it all, then...
So let her finish.
No, don't let her finish it all. She's in a lovely position there, isn't she? So see if you can back her up and bring her out slow. Now come out slow, look down at the ramp. Kneel down. That's it. Think slow. Right, go and take her round. Just keep circling her. Keep circling her and doing something. That's the best it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep circling her, moving around. How much food is left there? Nice and tight circle. Look at her hindquarters. That's it. Tight circles. Tight circles. Have a shorter line. Tight circles. Loads of tight circles. So she's having to work at something and then she's going to relax in there now. Okay, now come back to the box. Come back to the box with... She can have a rest in there now, but you've got to circle her a bit quicker here. Right, in you go. Same thing, Rob. Straight in and push her over. Don't use feed now. No. Yeah, see if you can do your thing.
Bless her. She's so gentle, isn't she?
Come on, baby.
That's it, rub on her.
Should I keep pressure on the ropes?
Little bit, and then that's it, and then rub her.
That's her
She's-
attention seeking.
She's thinking of coming in now.
Yeah.
Now, as time's going on, I'm starting to have an input now. At first, I just wanted to see how it was all going. I'm starting to have an input about certain things to try and help move forward. Now, I've stopped that bit there because, and Jane won't mind me saying this, Jane will talk about horses as being a little bit stubborn here and there. Oh, she's stubborn, or she's seeking attention. And that's not the way I see it, guys. And I think a lot watching this will maybe agree with me, some with Jane. I believe horses don't think like we do about being stubborn and having an ego and being annoyed and things like that with us. I think everything that they do is to do with their nature and to survive in the day. And I think they're just, horses are a bunch of reactions to stimuli to keep them safe. And I could see there when she was pawing the ground, that was actually what I call a try. And you may have heard a lot, reward the slightest try. She pawed the ground there to think about going in, and I recognise that. And I think as time's gone on, Jane is recognising a lot more things like that as well. I've noticed the way she, the conversation we have since this video. But yeah, that wasn't frustration, or that was just checking the ramp out. I might go in. That's how I saw that.
Do you know what I mean, Rob? You get them used to dropping down. That's it. Give her a rub. That's it. Move her around. And then start pushing her over again. That's it. Put this way. This way. Yes. Now push her over and rub on it each time. Now there's a reason why I'm getting you two to do this. So that she knows you're doing it. I will get involved if I need to, but it's better for your relationship for you to do this. But that's good. Now leave her in there a little while. She decided to come in then.
Yeah, she did.
I thought it was going to take longer because you didn't put the food down. It cannot be the food on the floor, because I've seen people get. If someone
might not always have feet.
Exactly, but it's the head down thing. They get used to going in any trailer and head down, and they go underneath the bar at the front.
Should I get some more feet?
Yes, definitely, definitely. She'll start getting used to putting head down when she goes in if there's food on the floor, and if they go in a trailer, they go in a wreck because they go underneath.
Take her off slowly.
Let's.
There's a couple of bits of character now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Look down when you come off. Look down. Bend your knees and look down. Right. Look down. It's important how slow she comes off more than how she goes on, to be honest. Right. Just circle her. Don't let her eat. Circle her around. When she thinks about forward. Release, release. Good. Now push her over. Get ahead. Get ahead. Right, now. Now rub on her as she goes. Yes. And a little bit more. Push on her again. And then rub on her. Rub. You have to stop the pressure as she goes over. Brilliant. So, that's good. Okay, rub on her, now bring her out, nice and slow. Look at her feet. And now look down on the ramp, look down and slow. And right round and back in. Back in. Straight in. Over. Rub on her, rub on her, rub on her. She's kind of starting to understand what's expected of her.
Yeah, she's just
You know?
young, isn't
She's learning what's expected of her. Okay, back out. Look at her feet. Tutter back. Now out slow. Nice and slow. This is great. Don't keep to the side of it in case she shot forward. Right, straight back in. But watch me now, Rob. I'm coming behind her. I've got my little boinging stick. You see? Tip her head. Now rub on her. Yeah. Now rub. Yeah. Jane, you're doing brilliant. Watch that lead rope too low. If she gets steps on it, she'll frighten herself. Leave her a couple of more minutes. She's breathing different now. She's starting to. You can see. Don't pat her too much in there. When I'm gone, you can. Just rub on her. Absolutely brilliant. Right, look at her feet. Tut her back. And then come out. Yeah, that's it. Just bend your legs. Right. Okay then. Right. And again. The more tight, she's becoming desensitized to the trailer slowly now. So, right. So look, I'm giving her a little bit of a. And now over. And rub on her. I'll leave her there for a minute. So you've got to be a momentum for her. Yeah. Horses in the wild, they're pushed or they're drawn in. Yeah. So they follow or they're pushed. Yeah. So I'm starting to be the pusher without smacking on her. Yeah. Now my suggestion is, you do this later. Give me a shout later. Me and Charlotte got to go and ride, and I got to do a couple of jobs. We should do this later. You should do this tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning, and then we'll close up.
But exactly how you've done it. Not feed on the floor, feed in there.
Don't feed on the floor. Honestly, Jane, I've seen such accidents. They go in with a trailer.
And go under.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've had to.
On the floor.
I wouldn't.
Feed exactly where it is.
She'll know you're trying to bribe her.
She's already realised that.
Yeah. I personally thought we was going to have to cover the feed up until we lined her, then uncover it. So for her going in,
Yeah, she's already better with that side of her, isn't she?
Yeah. But you're rubbing her when she does it. You're telling her that she don't know what's right or wrong for us. Right. And again, and I'm going to look at wave motion there, wave motion. I'm going to push her here and then rub on her. Now eventually you want to push her where your legs will be back, where you ride her. You with me? That's for forward. Middle for side passing, and this is hindquarters. So eventually you'll push here. But you can teach that out here first before you go in. And tell her how good she is.
That was good, Steve.
You're very good, very good. It's how you finish, not how you start a session with a horse. So if you finish on a good note, when you pick them up, you've generally, don't pat too hard, generally it's better, watch it, be aware of her, there you go, and then rub on her. Right, generally you pick up better, but if you finish on a bad note, you pick up worse. So
she's finished it.
Yeah, but just because she's finished,
She's got to say.
Yeah, let's rub on her. That's good. That's a good look. So come out slow. We'll get you to do it. Yeah. She's moving you there, Jane.
Yeah, so.
She's moving you. Well. Yeah, she moved.
Now, Jane's an exceptional horsewoman, guys, but little things like this I felt I needed to explain, especially with a young horse. Now, if you notice here, Avia starts to move Jane, and you can see Avia's left front there moving out towards Jane and starts pushing Jane back. You can't actually see it there. I was in a different position, and Avia would not miss that. And that could deteriorate into her not feeling confident.
No, I'm going to just bump down and say, look, you don't come through me, and then rub on her. Yeah?
And then immediately then I took the rope, and Avia, just like she had with Jane, moves her left front towards me, there, and I say, no, you're not coming through me. I won't yield to you. Fortunately for Avia, or fortunately really, because it'll give her more confidence in me. And that's the way, especially a young horse, will check us out. There's nothing wasted in their movement. They're always checking something out for their own survival and who they can trust. And that was a real good example there of that.
Do you understand what I meant then?
I
She's
know,
moving
yeah.
you.
I'm a bit ineffective.
She's in your space. She's pushing you like I just did. And you think, hang on. So she can't be allowed, because the worrying thing is, because she's going to get upset in there and paw when you go, she'll blast through you if your space is nothing. So space has got to be everything. So just go on, back her up at 1 foot. Thank you. Good.
I struggle between that and that.
You don't have to do it.
They sound the same to me.
I cluck for forward and tut for back. It's still repetition.
I like sort of hiss or something.
But a lot of people will cluck for back and they're thinking forward because it's always used for forward.
She can do this.
Yeah.
As long as it's something
As long as it's different to cluck.
Yeah. Good. There you go. Right. I would leave it at that. Now she's thinking forward on me. So, because she did, I've just backed her up twice. I'll welcome it if she comes into my bubble, because then I can work on the back up a little bit better. So I don't care. It's got to be her idea not to push me. Ain't it, kidder? Right, I think that's good. She is lovely. But she don't know no better. She's only a babe.
Can Rob video you just doing that knot?
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
are.
sure of that knot.
Right, so what I would say is get to a stage where... Just talk.
Now, something quite remarkable happens here, guys. No editing, this is exactly how it happened. We're all just sort of chilling out, talking about the next session. And Avia kind of comes and checks the ramp out. This is pretty much straight after you just saw the clip where we kind of had a break for a minute. What you'll see now is exactly how it happened. And I put it down to the amount of times we did it. The amount of times, and it's becoming a plus for what's about to happen. It's becoming a plus that our idea is becoming her idea, Avia's idea, and this is exact example of what we talk about.
Because what happened then was we all held our breaths then, and she stopped, but she's gone. Look at this. Look at this.
Is there any more food?
Job done. Job done. That's lovely. And then rub on that.
Will she come out all right, Steve?
No, leave her now.
Yeah, would you come out?
She went in. She'll find her way out.
So,
I
would you put the string around? You don't want it just going in and out all the time, do you?
not really, because she's going in for nothing. Then you'll lose the draw. You'll lose the draw of her going in if there's nothing in there. So every time you ever with our horses, whether we trial them or box them, like we're going out in a bit in the box, me and Charlotte, there will be a little bit of wetted up feed, apples and carrots in there. There will be. We never let them down with it.
No, so it's
And for coming home,
something in it for her. Yeah.
something in it for, but even coming home, we have a little bit of. Do you see her line herself up?
Yeah, she did.
She lined herself up.
And there she is, she goes in. Now remember, she'd never lined herself up before without really pushing on her. But look, she goes in there now, and it's her idea to line up, and she can put her head and neck through the gap and then have a little munch there. Yeah, chuffed to bits with that. So after that, I said, give her a break now. Don't do anything with her. And I'll be back later on in the day for the next session. And me and Charlotte went off. I promised Charlotte we'll go for a quick ride on George. And I took Chevy with me as well, young Chevy. This is just 2 little clips from there. And we're off for a quick ride out. Usually waiting for you, Charlotte.
I'm well already.
Oh.
And what we were doing for a lot of this hack was working on impulsion with George. George is a very laid back, would his favourite gait is doing nothing and just stood there, and we was working on impulsion, getting his life up, and that went really well on that hack. Charlotte's been able to push him into into a bit more energy, and it really had a good hack really.
Yeah.
So now this is about 5 or 6 hours later, and we're going to have a little look to see. We're going to put a few little tiny feed in there and see what we've got. Difference is, guys, because it's so close, just over the road, I've got the luxury of time to help with her. I've got the luxury of time, which I never usually have. I'm always up against it. So we have put.
It's there now.
Is there some in there? Yeah. Right then, let's have a look. Let's see. Make sure she lines up. Wow.
Magic.
Wow. We'll close this tomorrow then.
Yeah.
So that's her idea now to go up. But the main thing is not to give her that
Yeah.
until she's lined up.
Right.
If
Okay.
she's at an angle,
Yeah.
I used to make that mistake.
Yeah.
Go, let her make like she has it when
Yeah.
she's in, and then rub on her. That's lovely that she's responding, because at first earlier she was pushing against you every time you did it.
Yeah.
A quick reminder here of what things were like a few hours before, and you can see her reaction was, no, I'm not going in. My hindquarters don't go to my left.
She's got the
Rubbing
idea
under the
now,
system.
Steve, isn't she? She's got the idea of it.
Well, she knows what's expected now.
Yeah.
But when we lock her in, she's not stupid.
No, she won't like that so
And
much.
but that's life. She's got to deal, learn to deal with it. So you're halfway there, but let's try not to do it without the head collar, really, because
Right.
she can get used to knowing she's not.
Okay. Yeah.
She's not trapped. She's not
Yeah.
there. It's her own accord. Then when you put that on,
Yeah. Yeah.
she could think differently. So I would start to.
Put the head collar
I
on
would.
it tomorrow.
I would,
Yeah.
and then bring her in and chuck it over her back,
Yeah.
the rope. And I thought we were going to have to do more groundwork.
I know.
My students were so good, they didn't need to. That or do something that, and then just look in here, don't even look at it like it was nothing, and that's it. So tomorrow then,
Yeah.
tomorrow
Shall we wait till you come over?
I would.
Yeah. Okay.
We shut that and let her finish her feed. Now she'll know that we've shooed her away from the box.
Yes. Yeah.
So hang on, I like it. But that's through having the luxury of time.
Good girl. Go away now.
That's all right. Look, she can... Right, okay, but tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
good night.
Good. Right then, come on then. So this is the third time we've gone over to help Jane. Third day. Difference is, I've got the luxury of time, and it means so much. The luxury of time, which I haven't got on my visits. Let's go and see how we got on today.
Hello. Hi.
I met you before, a long time ago.
Charlotte. Oh right.
You probably met Jenny.
Maybe
used
down
to
the
hack-
yard.
And she'd hack down with Mel, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And come up the bridle
Yeah.
way.
Oh right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Another horse nut then?
Yes.
A lot of us about.
Shall I take your rug off, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, Jane, I like your boots.
Nice, aren't they?
They look a bit nice.
I got them online, cheap.
Nice.
They look expensive.
Don't they look expensive? Yes. With your hat as well. You look like you're going to badminton or somewhere for the day. Oh, mine are lovely colours as well.
I might do it now, I might not. I'll decide. So, look, Rob, I'm coming with energy behind. Right, and then I'm looking at this. I'm looking at
Oh,
that,
lovely.
I'm going to rub her. So you're there. So that's absolutely fine. Crouch. She'll feel your slowness. Perfect. side end. Right. Right. She's lined up now. Right. Yeah. You let her have that. Hold the rope a little bit. Right. So I'm gonna rub on her here. Let her have it. Right. Now you don't let that go. Just do it nice and gentle. You've got the rope. Right. Now let her just relax and have that now. Right. Hold this for me. You hold that, and I'm gonna just rub on her. Lay that rope through. And then we're gonna look down here. It's how slow she comes out. That's the important thing. Right. Okay. Brilliant. So I felt really confident now. We'd built this up over the course of a few days. Avia was trusting all of us so much better, wasn't pushing on us, and was taking our lead really. You know, we were significant in her life now with the trailer in. So I decided that it's a good opportunity now for me to stand back out of the way and let Rob and Jane close the petitions, and then we'd move on from there. But it's always a little bit worrying with the petitions because horses are. You remember a few days before, Avia was really thrashing in the trailer with her feet and wanting to come out. Just really didn't feel good, and now we're starting to close petitions again. And it sometimes can go backwards a little bit with that, but here it was all working out so well.
Top as well.
Oh, I nearly had a you've been framed clip then, Jane.
I think that
was nice.
really good.
And it was at that point, guys, I had to go off and do some horses for a few days. And I said to Jane, each day, just feed her in there. Keep her on the halter, though. Don't let her just walk in. Feed her in there. Do exactly what we were doing. And keep concentrating on moving the hindquarters, her hindquarters, to her left, which is what she has to do in there. Do that on the ground. Carried on with all of that. Now, when I got back, Jane really wanted to take her out, but didn't feel confident because of the way she was when she picked her up, and she was, you know, moving around quite worryingly in there and banging the floor and all of that sort of thing. She waited till I got back, and this is exactly that little first, attempt at taking her out and see where she was at. And I'll just let it run, and you'll hear what I'm saying here.
She's in, Jane.
Yeah, she went in well, Steve.
There she is.
There she is. She's not kicking at the moment.
Well, she has kicked a little bit, but that's normal for a 4-year-old, wouldn't you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can't be too particular. So I think that's a result. I think she's... So what our plan is now is we're going to go about 10 miles.
Yeah.
10 miles, and then we're going to get her out somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Let her graze, and while I'm with you, we'll see whether you can load her back up.
Yeah.
Are you quite happy so far?
Yeah, really pleased.
Okay, cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, we'll find somewhere in a minute to stop.
Yeah. Avia's come out really well. Huge lorry's just gone past, and she doesn't really know very much about traffic, Steve, does she?
No.
So
she's sweated up a little bit, but we've
Yeah.
come about 10 miles.
Good,
Look at all the lorries
huge lorry.
coming.
Oh, that's really
So-
good for her. What a good girl. What a good girl.
Pretty.
Good
There you go.
girl.
Look at lorry coming.
Oh,
All
gosh.
advantages. All good stuff. Never do that, guys. Never do that. I've done it 1,000 times, but I don't want to get in the way.
Huge lorry. She hasn't really seen lorries before, Steve.
No, I don't think you said she hadn't.
No.
So
Seen very little traffic.
We'll take her to here now. Let her have a bit of grass here. And I think about 15 minutes, so her
Okay.
blood pressure drops, and she. Do you know what I mean, Jane?
Yeah.
Let her just chill.
Chill.
And, just a little. Yeah. Do you know what I mean,
Yeah.
Jane? Just
get a bit of respect.
She's a little bit bolshy with you, I think.
She is. She's a little bit pushy.
Yeah.
Only because she's so friendly, really. And I'm not very good at firming up with her.
I know. She's seeing. Guys, she's only a baby still, you know, she's only just 4. 48 months, that is.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Right, so our plan is, we've been about 15 minutes and we are going to put her in about 5 or 10 minutes. I've put a little bit of wetted up nuts there. Got to be wet, really nice and wet, so I'm going to put a bit more water in that in a minute. And then we'll see if she loads nicely and then make our way back. And considering a few days ago when you picked her up, she was smashing it.
I've had her a week today.
A week?
She did not like the journey.
No, I know. Right.
Now, guys, we didn't press the record button. We thought it was recording, but it didn't. Avia just walked straight on. Beautiful. Had a little few nuts in there. We closed up, no problem at all. And she hardly made a murmur. And the next clip you'll see is when we get back to our place, well, to Jane's across the road. And that's where it'll pick up now.
So we're back home, Jane.
Yeah. Successful trip, Steve.
We've got to get out yet.
I know.
But quiet.
Quiet, really good.
Yeah, really good. So well,
Off.
she comes out with
Yeah.
quality. Do you like my chuck you bought off me?
Oh, it's marvellous.
It's been a good one.
Really good.
See if we can bring her out slow with quality. Oh, she's even stopped, Jane.
Good.
I love that.
Girl. Good girl.
And she's looking.
Where am I?
Tell her how good she is.
What a good girl.
Well, you've got a great
Oh, I'm so
little
pleased with
baby. So
her.
look, I'm going to crouch down
Down.
here. She don't want to come out, Jane.
She doesn't.
Now, if we bring her out here and let her have a bit of grass as well.
Yeah.
Here.
See the traffic again.
How's that?
Fantastic.
Now, Jane has come over a couple of times just to use my little school there, and I've helped with a little bit of softness there. Look, being a young horse, just working on a little bit of softness and helping her side up and things like that. But Jane does a lot of it herself, guys. She's really, really confident horsewoman, and I think the future is going to be great for these two. And here is a little clip that Jane sent me. I'm nowhere in sight, guys. Jane practicing, not in the field now. She practices on the roadside. So Avia hears the traffic and that, which she's got to get used to. But I'll show you the clip now that she sent, which I was absolutely chuffed about.
Good girl. Over. Good girl.
So because I was doing this video, I'm in Florida now doing it, and I messaged Jane and she sent some little clips through. That's my Charlotte there, and her new horse. And they've been riding out. They go separately in the trailers. So everything's on the up. And I'll show you a couple of those clips now and then be back at the end.
Oh, and there's horses, so they'll look now. Bring her forward, Jane.
photo opportunity.
Yeah, you helped with that, their ears.
Wow, what a lovely little video that was. I really enjoyed putting that together, and it really shows, you know, a slightly troubled young horse gradually working through the problem, getting a little bit braver, and things hopefully for Jane now and Avia are on the up and up. It's not going to be completely easy for everything. Jane was saying, you know, that she does bulk now and again, which means she doesn't want to go forward because she's a little bit worried about things. That does happen. She was terrible with water, terrible. She couldn't even lead her in water. And I don't know if you noticed that. I was chuffed to see that clip going through the little shallow river there. I thought that was great. So things will get better. Like I say, she does. Jane was saying she does, you know, she is difficult at times, but the putting on the trailer, you know, always going from home, no problem at all. Sometimes when she's coming away from somewhere, they have to do, Jane and Rob, is occasionally just wave the flag a little bit or wave the stick, but can always get back and not use the lunge lines. So I think that's about it now, guys, with this video. If you can like, share, subscribe, check out our subscription sites as well. That would really help us. And there's some real good stuff on there. And oh yes, there's one last demo of ours at the Carlisle. I'll quickly show you the flyer. It's only weeks away now. And that'll be like our Christmas demo. And there'll be some great horses for you to see me working with there. So I'll show you that very quickly. Here is the flyer for that, guys. You can bring a chair, or there's gallery seats there, and there'll be food there. Apparently it's a fantastic venue, so we're really looking forward to that one. So yeah, hopefully see you there. So that's it. Happy trials again, guys. I'm off to see Tanya now. She's around the pool out there, and I'm gonna go out there with my pina colada now and have a relax. Okay, guys, got plenty of work to do tomorrow. So okay.